I gotta say, it's been a bit weird on the channel. The team that I cover locally, the Halifax Mooseheads, you guys have probably seen my Moosehead Minute segments or my dedicated videos, has had a ton of news, and that continued today as the team announced a change of ownership. Former NHL player Bobby Smith, who had been the majority owner for 20 years, has sold the team to Sam Simon, an American businessman who owns Atlas Oil. The announcement was made at a press conference today, but I think it's also well summed up on his LinkedIn. Basically, Simon Sports is a sports investment company. They bought the team and have said most of the right things when it comes to focusing on the community and supporting the city of Halifax. I'll get back to that in just a second because it's really worth talking to. When it comes to the reason for selling the team, Bobby Smith basically said he was waiting for the right buyer. And I mean, the dude played over 1,000 NHL games and now has owned a hockey team for 20 years. He's probably ready to retire. Unspoken is the fact that the Halifax Mooseheads have an extremely good team. Interest in the team is probably at an all-time high, and I mean, the value right now has got to be really up there. I'm guessing that probably factors into the sale as well. There's a real possibility that the Mooseheads win a Memorial Cup right now. That looks really good for a new sports investment firm. Still, I can't help but be shocked, and as Maritimers, we're naturally a little bit suspicious when Americans come and buy their way into a local business, especially when it's an American sports investment firm, and especially when it's something as important to the community as the Mooseheads. He said he fell in love with the city and the people. He recognized how important the team is to the community, but it's really hard to overstate if you haven't lived here how sort of important the team really is to Halifax. Do I see him moving the Mooseheads? I think there's pretty much a zero chance of that. The Mooseheads are honestly one of the few elite marquee teams within the CHL. They're probably one of the top 2 or 3 teams in terms of value, and they're always right up there in terms of attendance as well. The team makes a load of money. Moving them out of the city where there's a 0% chance of them capturing that, it just makes no sense, especially when the Mooseheads are so valuable, partially because of their history and the community support. Plus, pretty much the perfect rink size as well. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm a little worried about is that we start seeing the price of tickets increase. We see cuts to, for example, the Mooseheads Kids program, which I'm really excited to get my son, who's falling in love with hockey, involved in. And I mean, just generally, this does have some weird and scary angles to it, especially where it's from someone not familiar before recently with the community. You gotta wonder, is this a profitable franchise they plan to suck dry? Is this perhaps a plaything for the son? You've gotta wonder. Not saying that's the case, but you do gotta wonder. It's very easy to say whatever you want, especially when you've got a press conference. So here's my promise. I'm going to continue covering the Mooseheads, obviously, especially as they go through at the end of the season. I'm also going to call out any garbage that I see, but it's a two-way street. If they're doing good things, which they very well could, they will have me calling that out, applauding as necessary, and putting the news on to you guys. I think this is actually a really interesting time to be following the Mooseheads on this channel, even if you're not from Halifax and don't care about the CHL. I do like that it's a father-son thing. Sam Simon and his son Peter Simon, I gotta say, I respect that. If I were a billionaire, you wouldn't see me trying to buy social media platforms or anything like that. I would be buying sports teams. Buying the Halifax Mooseheads, I mean, what a dream. I'll also say if either Sam or Peter want to have a conversation, I'm very easy to reach, and I'll even include my email down in the description. But I'll keep you guys updated, as I said, and I'll see you soon.